Today we meet the man who used to be able to cause a riot and now is a patriot. Find out what's going on as I hereby invite everyone to join me on my adventures through Marvel Snap. Hey everybody, it's Annabelle. So it's time for a brand new season, and with that we get a new season pass card. And since the season pass cards don't get their own spotlight cash, the first Thursday of every new season, I like to do a review on the card in case you want to know who they are or what they do. And this time around, we've got the card of Iron Patriot. Iron Patriot is the authority and commander of the Dark Avengers. After one too many failed plots as the Green Goblin, he decided to create a new team and felt that the team needed a heroic image. So he decided to steal a battlesuit that combined the technology of Iron Man and the super soldier serum of Captain America, and he snuck into the restricted area of Stark Towers, using Green Goblin gadgets to get the suit out. Then he used the suit to perform acts of heroism in the name of the United States. Iron Patriot then got to work making his master plan. After a few battles, he made a similar looking suit. Then he had the suit get destroyed while being empty and on autopilot, and used the name of a well-decorated war hero that died around the same time as the name of the original pilot, saying that the suit was destroyed and the soldier was killed in an act of defending our country, and that he would rebuild the suit, take up the mantle, and that any true American would rally behind him. Iron Patriot then became an American hero and has been effectively granted the power to restructure the U.S. military-industrial complex to his whims, while at the same time he has secretly brought together a group of supervillains and morally ambiguous heroes, as he feels that his mission must always come out on the winning side no matter the cost. So he will offer up his own fortune and knowledge of technology to get people to do the things that must be done. Iron Patriot is a ruthless and ambitious, yet paranoid, troubled, and disturbed man who used to chuck pumpkin bombs at a man dressed like a spider. But his charisma and ambition have led him to create his own personal army. A man who is callous towards his son, dismissing him as a disappointment, unworthy of inheriting his legacy. A man who sees as a hero now and a role model to many, but even with this fame, he is still harboring a secret ambition to conquer the criminal underworld. Iron Patriot can easily overpower humans by lifting them up with one hand and hurling them around. He can lift extremely heavy objects, run at superhuman speeds, can operate and maintain his movements for up to a day without exhausting himself. And even if he does sustain injury, his body will increase his metabolism, allowing him to heal damaged tissues much faster. And that's all without the suit, thanks to the chemical composition of the Green Goblin formula. Iron Patriot is the authority and commander of the Dark Avengers who feels that his mission always needs to come out on the winning side no matter the cost. So he'll often recruit powerful heroes and villains, convincing them to join him to do the things that need to be done. This is represented in Marvel Snap, as when he shows up, he will try to recruit a powerful character to join your team by offering them a way to join him quickly, but only if his side is winning. So in Marvel Snap, what this card does is it is a 2/3 that says on reveal. It will add a random 4 cost, 5 cost, or 6 cost, only one, to your hand. And then next turn, not this turn, but next turn, if you're winning the location where Iron Patriot is, the cards that you got, not all your cards, but just the cards that you got off that generation, will go down 4 in cost. Now, when I was going through this, and I was looking through this, and I was going through everything, I have to give this thing a 2-star card. A 2-star rating, I should say. Now, that's shocking to many, many people out there. Because a lot of people are talking about this as being the new heroism. And if you feel this is the new heroism, more power to you. I have nothing but praise for you. If this card is rocking that good for you, go for it. But right now, there's a card already that's been in the game for a while. That's known as Valentina. That's also a 2/3. That's also on reveal. That also adds a card to your hand. But doesn't need to win that location in order to make that card cheaper. Now, that card doesn't get a little bit weaker off of that effect, but you can negate that with a simple Luke Cage. And when's the last time you saw anybody play a Valentina? Now, maybe it's because Valentina can get only a 6. Well, this card can get a 4, 5, or 6. And sometimes, even if all you get is, say, like a Galacta on 4, it's worth playing even though you don't get the restriction on, or that reduction, I should say. But here's the problem with it, and that I personally think. First of all, my RNG is dog water. I will always get the weirdest cards off these 4, 5, 6, get random cards. Secondly, the problem that I see is the same reason that nobody plays Adam Warlock. You have to be winning the location. And because of the fact that you have to be winning the location, it almost makes it hard to use this card because you basically have to get this card on 2 or 3 at the latest, and if you're not playing some weird limbo deck. Because even if you get this on 4, well, you can play this on 4. This is an awkward card to play down on turn 4. And on turn 5, you have to be winning that location. And then on turn 5 is when a lot of people are putting down their heavy slam cards. And then even if you win the location, then you get a reduced cost 6. Now, you might get a 4 or 5 or 6 that actually helps you win out the location. You know, there are the possibility that you can get a great 4 like, Shang-Chi. And that can help you win a game. Now, there is some need, want, desire that maybe in the future they need to put the text of Airsham on more cards that are like this. Like, for example, Agent Coulson. Because of the fact that if you are used to a normal game of Snap and your opponent plays a Shang-Chi, you might then play out a 10-cost card figuring that you're safe from the Shang-Chi, and you can get a second Shang-Chi off of this. However, there's just as much capability and possibility of getting a Hela. And while Hela is great in normal situations, and even getting a cheap Hela might not be the end of the world, because this would make a Hela 2 if you won the location. And a 2/7 is nothing worth crying about. I mean, I'll take a 2/7, that's a great card. You're not quite getting the same effect that you would get off the Hela. Or maybe you'll get an Apocalypse, which is the same problem. Now, the thing that you always got to watch about anything that does energy reduction is the same reason that you got to watch out for She-Hulk. You win that location, even if you get a 6-drop, let's say you did get She-Hulk, that's a 4/10 a 2/10 for on turn 4. Because you can't play it on turn 3, you have to wait till for turn 4, but that's a 2/10, and it keeps that ability. So you can play this all the way on turn 6 as a 2/10. You skip an energy or 2 right on turn 5, you can play this as a 0/10. Now, I will say this, and this is I mean this in the nicest way possible. If I convinced you to put Mobius and Mobius in your deck to stop me from using my Iron Patriot, I've already won. There's absolutely positively no reason for you to put Mobius in your deck just to stop this from happening. It's a weak 3-drop card. It's not worth throwing around to make this stop happening. Now, if you feel that needs to happen, more power to you. But I would be more interested if you are curious about getting rid of this card or hurting this card to a certain degree, just playing, ironically, the actual Green Goblin against it. You see them put down the Iron Patriot, you put the Green Goblin on that same lane, pops over. It's going to be hard for them to win that particular lane. Another card that you may want to think about using in this would be the Master Mold. If you can basically play down the Master Mold into their location, there's a good chance that they might get the 2 Master Molds before the Iron Patriot flips over, and if that happens, there's actually a chance that their hand might be full before they get this card. And then they're stuck with the Sentinels. Now, the only problem with that is if they're also playing the Victoria hand in their deck, the Sentinels kind of become good for them again. So, while it's a good card, while it can do some fun stuff, the fact that you get this limited window to play it, or I should really say, play it to its maximum effect. And the fact that to get it to play out its maximum effect means that you have to win the location, makes playing that card a hard card to play. However, if you're just looking for something that is in the agent style, and even on turn 5 you're giddy about it being played because you're getting a 4, 5, or 6 in your hand, kind of like how Agent Coulson does work. Kind of almost like a cheaper, better version of Agent Coulson, where it loses 1 power, loses 1 cost, but gains the ability to also get you a 6, and then possibly even a better upside on it. Then this card you're going to enjoy. Anyways, I want to thank you all so much for watching, and as always, remember, play for